Hello YouTube, today I figured out I wanted to show a demonstration video of how you can set up Lazyvim in Windows operating system. So Lazyvim is a distro of NeoVim. So in order to do that, you first have to install NeoVim. So let's go install NeoVim. You go to the home page of NeoVim and then you go find Windows. And you can see that we can install via Scoop. So Scoop is a package manager for Windows as far as I know, and it's really easy to install. You just have to copy this command here and open a PowerShell. Yeah, I didn't even install Windows Terminal yet. Okay, so let me install Windows Terminal. Open it and then copy paste the command over there. And after the execution, it will install Scoop for you. Okay, now as you see here, you can install NeoVim by Scoop using the command that was given earlier. So scoop bucket add main scoop install NeoVim. You copy and paste here. Okay, too bad. It says git is required. Let's first install git. Git. Let's go see the git downloads and then choose Windows. For Windows x64, and execute the setup. Below for execution, and then next. I like to add git bash profile to Windows Terminal just in case. And next. Yeah, like Vim, like get this side. Recommended. Next. Check out Windows.com Unix style line. Next. And we're good to go. And after git is installed, we will be continuing to install our NeoVim using Scoop. In case you're wondering, I'm using this Chrome extension called Vimeo, which lets me Vimify the Chrome way of using. So I can use J and K to scroll up and down without using the mouse scrolling. Okay, so anyways, it says git is finished being installed. Now I can continue. I just have to copy and paste this again, and I will close and reopen the terminal just in case. And now we can see that Scoop is installing NeoVim. Once it is done, let's check if it is successfully installed. Okay, now we see NeoVim. So NeoVim is successfully installed. And let's go to check Lazyvim's dependency or prerequisite. Let's see and go the prerequisites or requirements here. So Lazyvim is one thing and Lazyvim is another thing, because Lazyvim is a distro of NeoVim that uses a package, a plugin manage for NeoVim called Lazyvim. So in order to use both of them properly, in order to use Lazyvim properly, we have to install Lazyvim And in order to use Lazyvim, we are supposed to have these requirements. And we can see that we installed Neovim just now. We installed Git as we try to install Scoop, and then we have to have a nerd font. The nerd font is a kind of font that has all the cool images as a font. For example, nerd font might have this kind of electric image as an actual font. So let's go install a nerd font. Using the link there, I go to download section, and the one I like is called JetBrains, on a nerd font. So I download and extract. It's very easy to install a font. You first have to install these fonts, like once you have downloaded it, and then just make sure you select all the TTF files and then install. Now we have the font installed. We have to make our terminal use this font, and on Windows Terminal, use Control comma, or just open the settings here, and then you just have to go to the defaults. I'm gonna use this font for every terminal, regardless of whether it's PowerShell, Command Prompt, or Get Bash, or Linux as I add in the future. Just go to Appearance, and then select JetBrains, and I'll just select the first one that comes here, and then save, and then I'll close all and reopen. Now let's we're good to go, and the next step is to install LuaRocks. So LuaRocks is a package manager for Lua modules, as it says here, and they have their own instruction for installing it. And the problem is there is an easier way of doing it for Windows. Yeah, just use Scoop. Just go to Scoop and you type Lua, and you can see that there are lots of Lua uploaded by different people, and then there are different versions of it. The one, as I know, that we need for Lazyvim is version 5.1, so go search for 5.1, and then you can see that there's 5.1 version here, but then I'm not sure if this is the official one. I'll just try to look for the official lua.org one. So it's Lua 5.1 here. So I'll just copy this and then paste here. And once that's done, copy the second one as well to finish installing. So we're supposed to install LuaRocks, and from what I know, you're supposed to have Lua as a dependency for LuaRocks. So we just installed Lua first, and then we're going to install LuaRocks, which is going to be, again, in Scoops. So let's go copy the commands again. I guess the add main is redundant here, so I just go install LuaRocks. Okay, now to make sure we have Lua and LuaRocks installed, I type Lua, and you can see that the Lua interpreter is running, and then LuaRocks can see that Warehouse is also successfully installed. So now let's go and check that we met all the requirements for Lazyvim. Now we go for Lazyvim, which has another set of requirements. So we have NeoVim, we have Git, we have Narfon installed, we have LazyGit. LazyGit, it says is optional, but if you are into any degree serious programmer, this is a lifesaver for using Git inside the terminal, so I strongly recommend using it. So let's go install LazyGit. So if you see here, I just type Windows, look for Windows, and then you can see that you can use scoops for installing LazyGit. So now just copy and paste these commands here. Scoop, I can add extra scoop, install LazyGit, and then copy and paste it here. It'll take a while, and I'll just move on to the next step. It says we need LazyGit, and then it says we need a C compiler from nvim presetter. See here, and it's the tricky part here because from my past experience in installing this using this web test information, it has not really been helpful, to be honest. So as you read here, this is under requirements, NeoVim 0.1 later, which we already have, TAR and CRL in your path, or alternatively Git, and then this, and it says Windows users, please read this. So it says the important part is here. How will the parser be downloaded? As a default, nvim presetter will try to use Git, but it's recommended to use curl and tar to follow the Linux and Mac users. And it says that curl is already in NeoVim and tar is in your Windows already. So just switch this option, is what they say. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. I've set this, and I also installed successfully without setting this, so it's just from what I think is an unneeded extra step. So so all we need is install GCC. So install GCC Windows, and the second one that comes here is this guide from Visual Studio Code, and I'm just gonna follow it. So install VS Code first. Install VS Code. Run the installer. I accept, of course, and then go next. I personally find these two options helpful. Go next, install. Meanwhile, I see that LazyGit was installed successfully, so nice. Launch Visual Studio Code, yes. And then according to the using GCC tutorial, you can see that I recommend, it tells us to install the C++ extension for VS Code. So go to here and just type C, that's all we need. And then it'll take a while, and then the first one that comes here, and this is the extension, and click install. And then it explains how to use the MinGW toolchain. So just follow this link here, and then it'll give another set of instruction on how to use it. So download the installer here, and then run it. Okay. Oh, it is very scary. Why is it hanging? Yeah, I was wondering if I did anything wrong, but seems fine so far. Okay, so I did. Seems I did okay. I'll follow the other instructions. Run the installer. Enter your desired installation folder. Okay. So I'm at step 5. So I just have to copy and paste this command here. And apparently Control V is not working, so let me use my mouse to paste. Okay. It's a bit tricky here. Paste. Okay. There it goes. Proceed with installation. And then that's the end actually. I just have to wait and check whether it's successfully installed using the command gcc once this is over. Okay, let's try gcc-v, and it tells that gcc version 14 is installed. Okay, now I just have to I'm not sure if the path is set, but as I go back to the original tutorial, it seems the path is not set, so I guess I have to set the path, but then the problem is the command here and here is different. Let me just follow this tutorial as well. I will just open the terminal again and copy this, paste, so I just did step 4 and 5. Let me continue with step 6, which I already did actually. And the next step, 7, is adding the path to the environment variable. And for this, actually, it's not required to required for the installation to finish. So let's go edit environment variables for your account, and then look for path, and then edit, and then select new. So here, since we have used the default installation, I just have to copy and paste this. So select new, and wait, new, select new, paste this directory and select OK. And since I see that the installation is over here, let's see if I can reach this from the terminal. So I turn a fresh instance of the terminal and try GCC, and you can see that GCC version 14 is responding. Now we're good to go. We have a good C compiler for nvim preseeder, and then we need the CURL, and let's just check if it's there. But it seems CURL is not there, but from what we just read, from what I remember, CURL is already bundled with new Vim as here, so I guess I don't have to install it separately. And I have to install FCF for FCF Lua. Just go to find Windows, and you can see here that you can use scoop install FCF. And then once that's done, we should also install ripgrab, and you can see that we use scoop install to install ripgrab again. And once that's done, we should install fd, which again we can use scoop to install. Windows, and copy the same command, scoop install fd. And last but not least, go install Western. This is a preference actually, because this is to, so basically the reason that Lazyvim is using a terminal that supports Truecaller and under CURL is for the plugin called snacks.image, and this is basically a plugin that allows you to see images with your terminal, although it's a terminal. So if your primary purpose of installing Lazyvim is to set a developing environment like IDE, then you don't really need this, which is myself actually. So let's clear the output and do the setup. So what we've been doing is just meeting up the requirement, and now you have to do the actual installation. For Windows, you have to do this command here. but then I have my own Lazyvim configuration, so let me just do that for myself. But it shouldn't be difficult for you because it should be as simple as copying and pasting in your own terminal. Let me just find and demonstrate what it is like when you have your own configuration for Lazyvim or NeoVim in general. So I go find my Lazyvim configuration. So I log into my GitHub. Actually, I don't even need to log in. Let me just find my GitHub repository for my there it goes. Okay, now I just have to find my repository, which should be here and here. So now just copy this URL, and then what you have to do is go to the correct directory, which is C users, your account, app data, local, and then you have to open your terminal here. You have to git clone your repository here. And then now since it's here, let me just refresh and then find the git repository I just cloned, and I have to rename this to nvim. So I have all the things set up, and the only thing I need to do now is to just tidy up some of the windows, and then run NeoVim, and it's gonna be completely different from what you've seen before. You can see that all the things are being set up automatically. Okay, some errors, but it's gonna be fine. Seems everything's good to go. I'll just exit using colon and a Q. That's the command to exit, and I'll just do 2 more steps to finalize the setting of Lazyvim. So when you type the command nvim, you'll come into this state that says that Twister is not executable, and then you also run into another problem where if you try to use let's say for example let's say you try to code and it'll gonna, yeah, as you saw just now on the right top side, it's gonna give you a warning that you don't have Node.js and npm. And from what I know, you need those because of a plugin called Mason, which uses Node.js and npm in order to install the language server protocol for the dynamic static analysis. Let me write a simple hello world script in Python in example.py. Okay, so we need to install Node.js and npm, and in order for us to do that, I recommend using a Node version manager, and for Windows we have NVM Windows actually. Simple to install. You just click download now here, and then it's going to give you this link for setup. Just download the exe file, execute it, I accept, next, and now we're good. So just to make sure, we close all instances of PowerShell and then open the terminal again, and if you type nvm, you see all the help messages, meaning you installed correctly. You have to follow through on how to use it. You just have to, so here are the commands: nvm install latest and nvm install lts. I'll run nvm install latest, as well as nvm install and lts. And then when you do nvm list, you see that you have 22 and 24 both installed. So you just have to do nvm use 20. If I'm to use this, you just have to wait a bit, and now you can see that you have Node available in your environment, and then you also have npm available here. Now the thing is, new Vim is not going to complain more about Node.js or npm not being installed, but it's still going to complain that you have traces that are not executable. And for this, I found a solution in Reddit, and one of the helpful comments was this one: you use the npm that you just installed to execute this, and then it's not gonna give you any error whatsoever from then on. So npm install -g 30 CLI, so it's installing this package globally for your system. And then now you run NeoVim, it's gonna be super fast, gonna work every time, and then you'll be able to run your hello world as long as you have Python installed. Let me check if I have Python installed. Okay, I don't have it installed. let me just install real quick, and then I'll give you a quick demonstration of how you can use the IDE Lazyvim. We're almost there. Let me just show you. Installed, and just to make sure, I'll just exit the current terminal instance, and then restart the terminal and open my example.py. So if you're familiar with Vim, you'll know that it has normal mode and vision mode. For those things, you can learn it other places, but anyways, so in Lazyvim you just press Ctrl and /, and then you have this great terminal underneath, and now you just have to run python 3 example.py, and it's going to give you hello world. Voila, now you're good to go and you have installed NVim. Good luck on the rest of your programming journey.